Deck building is one of the most important skills in the Pokemon trading card game. When looking at the available card pool, players must determine which 60 cards they believe to be the best, and then simply purchase those cards online to build their deck or go to their local card shop. But what if you didn't have the ability to buy any card you wanted to add to your deck? What if you could only play with the cards that you, yourself, actually pulled from a booster pack? In this series, myself, Pokemon TCG commentator Chip Ritchie, and my friend, world-class competitor Azul GG, will limit ourselves to splitting the packs from one single Pokemon TCG booster box. With the cards from those 18 packs, we will do our very best to construct a playable deck and then battle in a best-of-3 match. Then, each following episode, we will open up a new booster box, going in release order, to try our best to upgrade or change our decks. The loser of each episode will get a small consolation prize of a booster bundle to open up for the next episode to give them a better shot to improve their deck for next time. Now get ready to enjoy the Pokemon Evolution series. Last time, with the series tied up 1-to-1, I decided to pivot my strategy completely. With Charizard EX added to my card pool, I added the beefy Skeledirge EX to my deck. This was a great example of how an expanded card pool will allow us to try new strategies with cards we have previously pulled. In this episode, we will each be opening up 18 packs of Scarlet and Violet 151. This special set did not release with any booster boxes, so instead we will each be opening up 3 booster bundles each to get to 18 packs. This set aims to capitalize on the nostalgia of the Kanto region, featuring only the original 151 Pokemon. The best card in this set is definitely Mew EX, which has seen tons of competitive use with its restart ability. But as we've seen from this series so far, it's not just the competitive all-stars that get a chance to shine. We'll have to see what other cards we find this time, but not until Azul opens his pity packs.
Okay, here we go. I did lose in the last Evolution series, so I will be getting the Pity Booster Bundle. I'm gonna start with the Obsidian Flames here, and then we'll get into the 151 after that. So I think the thing I gotta be looking for the most here is a Charizard. I can't think of like anything else that I would really want that bad from this set besides Charizard still. Trainers aren't great. The Pokemon themselves are okay. So I think Charizard has to be the main thing. And, yep. We got it. Looks like I'm gonna be able to match Chip's Charizard with my own. Moving forward here, I have Pidgeysard at this point now. I have the Pidgeot, I have the Charizard. If I can get one of the other Charizards out of the 151 cards, I'll even have that as well to go with everything else. That's kind of crazy. Literally first pack. So I have a third Palafin now. The Vengeful Punch could be good as well. Might be worth keeping around. The Charizard's the big hit here already, obviously. Second Charizard would be nice as well. I do have a couple Charmanders, my 3 rare candies, Charmeleon as well. I believe I also have a Charmeleon. Might even pull one in here. Got the Tyranitar EX actually. It's actually a card I was looking at that definitely seems decent. 250 damage for 2 fighting is not bad. Keep cruising here. Another Charizard would be great like I mentioned, but I can't really complain with the one that I have, especially with how many rare candies I have and stuff like that. I basically have Pidgeysard built at this point. Another Cleffa, 2 Cleffa. Do I ever play 2 Cleffa? Prizing it does kind of stink. You maybe do. I maybe will play 2 Cleffa. Opening it is great. Not prizing it is like a big deal, especially when you have so much less follow-up support Pokemon. And I do have like a 4/4 Palafin now. I don't know if I'll ever use the Palafins, but I have like a 4/4 Palafin. That's okay, I guess. Let's get into this 151 though. Let's see if I can get that other Charizard EX.
Just wanted to pop in real quick and say thank you so much for watching this video. And if you're enjoying yourself, please consider subscribing. It would really help us out a bunch. And if you want to show a little extra support, you can do so by becoming a channel member down below. And a perk of being a channel member will allow you to get access to these videos a little early, getting you a chance to see them before anyone else. Now back to the video.
It is time for 151. Obviously, I think Azul's gonna need a little help. My deck is seeming pretty good. The Skeledirge worked out about as good as I could have hoped for it to no one's surprise. The main thing I'm hoping for from this set is Charmeleon or Charmander, or even the Charizard EX. Lots of things I could get here that really help my deck out a ton. So yeah, let's just rip right into it. Imagine I get a Charizard out of my very first pack of this set and of the last set. Let's see it. That would be crazy. Charmeleon, let's go! And a Moltres, okay. Wait, hold up. 120 damage to one of my opponent's benched Pokemon. No bench barrier. A little 120 snipe with the Moltres, hold up. And the Charmeleon is a massive hit, right? You know what, honestly, pack it up, we're done. I'm good. 15 other packs, or 17, whatever, how many packs? I don't need, because I've got everything I need.
The other Charizard EX would be a really great pull here as another big attacker to just kind of have around in the fire deck. Did get the Call for Family Pidgey as well. well, which I'll definitely be including this because I have the Pidgeot. So that's also a sick pull, to be honest, off the rip. Wouldn't mind another one of those. I would definitely include 2 of them, at least.
Let's see if this pack has it for me. Nope. Ooh, I've got to put that in my deck for sure. Shiny Fire Energy. Gotta flex on him a little bit. So when Azul's getting styled on, he's getting styled on in style.
There's the Bill's transfer. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may reveal any number of Pokemon you find there, put them into your hand. That also is a pretty good supporter. I think that'll be making its way into my deck for sure.
I don't even remember all of the supporter cards in this set. Speaking of which, we do have one right there. It's the Giovanni's Charisma. Put an energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon into their hand. If you do, attach an energy card from your hand to your active Pokemon. That's honestly kind of interesting. That could be a nice little form of energy acceleration and also disruption at the same time. I also maybe need to be careful because that could be something Azul has in his deck.
Or a 70 HP Charmander might be nice as well. I have that going for me. A little bit of a switch up on my Charmanders. Have a couple different ones to choose from now. Still on the lookout for that Charizard EX though. Any other big players would be nice as well. That's another fire Pokemon. Takes 4 energy to attack. That's kind of a lot. Got ourselves a Leftovers. I did get that Snorlax that can combo with Leftovers as well, but I don't think I'm gonna be rocking that at all.
No more Charmanders just yet. Oh, the Kangaskhan EX, a colorless Pokemon. High HP, triple draw 3 cards, flip 4 coins, 100 for each heads. Problem with this, it is weak to fighting, so I will not be playing that, but you know, there he is. Kangaskhan. I actually don't even totally know what the correct way to say that is. I probably should know that.
Kangaskhan.
The Ditto, okay, Ditto is kind of interesting. This is a cool card. I don't think it's gonna be useful here because I don't have a great way to like get it active turn 1 very consistently, but that's pretty cool. The Rigid Band stage 1 Pokemon take 30 less damage. That actually could be pretty annoying if Azul has that on his Glimmora, but he does already have the Rock Chest Plate, so that maybe won't matter too much.
Erica's Invitation, that could be interesting. Energy Sticker is also an interesting card as well. Flip a coin of heads, attach basic energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. Erica's Invitation, I don't know if I'm gonna get a ton of value from Erica's Invitation. It's interesting, but usually we're filling up our benches pretty aggressively. We're not too concerned with like holding back Pokemon, so I don't think Erica's Invitation has a ton of room. There's also not that many dead cards that we'd want to try and like pick out of the hand either. There's another Charmeleon, that would be great. I might be able to chain Charizards like pretty aggressively, to be honest.
A Vulpix, hey, we've got Ninetales, that's cool. Cycling Road, okay, another Charmeleon, and Ivysaur and a Jinx EX, okay. The Ivysaur is super cool. I don't think I'll be using it in my deck most likely. Maybe Venusaur EX, I don't know. That thing like heals damage, I'm pretty sure. And then we've got the Jinx EX, a water type. If your opponent's X Pokemon is asleep, it is knocked out. I don't think that's super good. The Scyther's pretty cool. It's got free retreat, and I did get Scizor in the last set, so that's something to consider for the future. But I think I'm gonna be going down this fire path for the foreseeable future. In Paradox Rift, there's a bunch of stuff that could potentially help me as well. There's other Skeletor GX, the metal type one, so that would be kind of cool.
To get the Ditto, that actually might be worth playing. That gives you a couple options to work with on your I'm not sure if that's worth playing at all. I would like double the outs of opening any other one Pokemon. I'm not sure if the Ditto's worth it in this deck.
No Charmander, another Charmeleon, and a Giovanni's Charisma. Okay, well, don't know that there's much that's gonna help here. I have the full art Giovanni's Charisma. I don't think I'm gonna play that. I think the strength of my deck will just be the consistency in setting up, and Giovanni's Charisma I don't think is gonna help too much with that. The Gloom is kind of interesting, so I do have the full Vileplume line now. So Vileplume is a cool card to get some potential energy acceleration as well.
Not too much else. Gonna get the Wigglytuff. The Wigglytuff is interesting. It's got a lot of HP. It does 90 damage. If you play the support from your hand during this turn, you do 90 more damage, and it has plus 100 HP if you have any special energy attached to it. So that's like decent. I might actually include the Wigglytuff. I do play Jet Energy and Luminous Energy, I believe, that I can combo with it. I do need a Jigglypuff. I don't think I have one. All right, so that's something to look out for here.
There's Giovanni, a Grabber, and a Starmie. Once during your turn, you may put 2 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. If you placed any damage counters in this way, discard this Pokemon and all cards attached. That's actually kind of interesting. That could be a nice little math fixer, potentially.
Another Erica's Invitation, but not really what I'm looking for. So far, this has not been great, to be honest. Besides, like, the Obsidian Flames bonus packs are really like the big game changer. Rigid Band is okay to put on one of my stage ones. Oh, the Mew EX has gotta be a solid inclusion. The draw power with the restart, the genome hacking to copy attacks. Okay, that's a pretty good one.
The Trio, Slowpoke, Golbats, and a Chansey. Okay, I could try to get the little lucky bonus going. If I took this as a face-down prize card during my turn and my bench isn't full, before I put it into my hand, I may put it onto my bench. And if I put it onto my bench in this way, I get to flip a coin. If heads, I draw another prize card. A little bit RNG, right? But that could be a cheeky little fun thing to do. We'll see. I think I do have the Blissey from Scarlet Violet base set as well. Hey, there's Pidgey right there. Call for Family, not too bad. Energy Sticker, Energy Excel. Honestly, combos decently with Armor Rouge because I can throw it onto something on the bench and then just move it up to my active. And then yeah, Pidgey Call for Family is pretty cool, but less cool for me because I don't have Pidgeot EX like Azul does.
Rigid Belt once again. There's the Jinx EX. What does this one do again? If your opponent's active Pokemon is asleep, it is knocked out. Maybe some weird combo. I don't really have a way to put things asleep that I can think of.
Daisies help draw 2 cards and then look at your face down prize cards. That's kind of an interesting one. Knowing what my prize cards are in this format actually could be pretty decent. Erica's Invitation, okay, and the Wheezing. The Erica's Invitation, oops, your opponent reveals their hand, put a basic Pokemon you find there onto your opponent's bench. If you put a Pokemon onto the bench in this way, switch it in with your opponent's active. Yeah, Erica's obviously a decent card, so we could potentially utilize that. Oh, I saw the basic fire Pokemon and got excited. Bellsprout, Squirtle, okay, and the Charizard EX. All right, hold up. 3 packs to get some Charmanders. Dude, my deck would be unstoppable. What? Give me like 2 Charmanders here. No. I'm not gonna get greedy. 1 Charmander, 1 singular Charmander here. Come on, let's see it. 1 Charmander, 1 Charmander, 1 Charmander, no! Come on, let's see it. Seal, Doduo, Tentacool, Rattata. That is, what a scam, man. Ugh, I'm annoyed now. Charmander. Charmander? Ponyta, no, I got baited again. Charmander. Oh, it's a lightning type. Pikachu, I hate you. All right, Muck, Venomoth, Reverse Oddish, and last shot, last chance for another Charmander. This would be like amazing. I want it so bad. Come on, Charmander. It's a Dratini. And an Articuno at the end. I've got so many Charmeleon, but I can't even play the full like thick Charizard EX line probably. How much of this is even gonna go into my deck is a good question, to be honest. I might play the Energy Sticker, I guess, just for some potential acceleration that I don't have. I guess I could also play Giovanni's Charisma for that same reason. Okay, there's some stuff here that I might utilize. We'll see.
Kind of tough. These ones are rough, to be honest. This has not been very good. I've not found very many trainer cards either. The trainer cards have been super light. It's my last pack already, and I've not had a whole ton working out for me. That's it. Cap it off with the Golem EX. Man, this is not changing that much for me. I got the Charizard from the pity packs. I got the Mew EX here from the 151 stuff. And the Build Transfer, I guess, is going to be good as well. But a lot of things are going to shake up for me. I'm becoming like a full-on Charizard deck for this one for sure. So I'm going to go cook that up, and we'll see what I'm able to put together. So I've gone for another full pivot, just like I did from base set to Paldean Evolved. Playing Charizard now, very Charizard based deck. And I only have 1 Charizard, so if I prize the Charizard, I'm kind of in trouble. I got 10 Fire Energy, a ton of support Pokemon, 201 Pidgeot line, 1 Call for Family Pidgey, 2 Clefas, a 2-1 Reverum line, 1 Mew EX, and I have a Ditto in here for that early game. Open that, I can make it into anything I want. For the attackers, Charizard is like the big attacker, of course. I only have 1 of those. I have a 3-2-1 Charizard line, so there's some potential to chain Charizards with my 2 Super Rods. And then I have a 4-3 Ninetales line, which puts 9 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. So early game attacker, mid game attacker, late game attacker, just kind of shutting down the bench Pokemon with the Ninetales. I'm not quite sure how effective it's going to be, but yeah, added a couple supporters here. The Research, the Iono still, 2 youngsters, the Judge, Rhyme, Dendro. I got the Daisies help draw 2, look at your prize cards. That can help if I do prize my Charizard, if I can find it. And then I still have the Pokemon Search cards, the 2 Clavel, the Jack. And then I got the 1 Bill's Transfer from the 151 set. Look at the top 8 cards of your deck. You may put any number of Pokemon you find there into your hand, so that's gonna be pretty powerful. Still light on the Pokemon Search overall. 2 Great Ball, 1 Ultra Ball, 1 Pokeball, not great obviously. And then the Boss and the Arven in there as well. For the item cards, besides that, not too much changed. And for the tool cards, I did add a Vengeful Punch, which could make a big deal in like the late game trade against Chip's other big Pokemon, especially if Chip sticks on that Skeledirge in Charizard build. The Vengeful Punch could actually be pretty powerful. That's what we're rocking now. Charizard build. I'm assuming Chip is still gonna be bringing some form of Skeledirge Charizard build. I doubt Chip is gonna full pivot off of that, so we'll see if what I've got going on here can stand up to whatever Chip was able to add to his Charizard build.
Here is the Skeledirge deck. It is still the Skeledirge deck. I did cut the little baby Skeledirge. I've got the 2 big Skeledirge, and I've got Charmeleon in here, which is pretty nice. I would have loved to have gotten another Charmander, because I could have gone 2 Charmander, 2 Charmeleon, and 1 of each Charizard. That would have been sick. But can't have everything. I'm not gonna complain. My deck is still looking pretty solid. I did add 2 copies of the Bill's Transfer, just more Pokemon consistency, which I think is like the main thing I wanna be focused on, is just getting my Pokemon into play and attacking with Skeledirge GX as quickly as possible. I did get the Therapeutic Energy in here, which I've had, but if Azul is sticking with the Glimora stuff, I wanna have that, I think. I think that's a pretty solid one. The big air balloon, I actually didn't realize at the time, but that is a pretty great hit from 151. I can attach to my Skeleturge and it has free retreat, which combos great with the Armarouge. I can attack with whatever, the Moltres, I can attack with other Skeleturge, Charizard, whatever, you know, just get the heavily damaged Skeleturge EX out of there. Other than that, nothing too crazy to report. I did consider going back to my Lightning deck because we've learned anything from this series so far, it's that Azul's willing to metagame a little bit, right? In the past, where he countered my Lightning deck with his fighting stuff, there's a chance that he could try to counter my fire stuff with his water stuff, which I think he does have some stuff. I don't know that he has great support for those things. I think he might have a Baxcalibur if I remember correctly. So that could be a little scary, but if he does go the route of one of those things, Charizard EX is not weak to water, which is nice. So that is gonna be my fallback if that is the case. So fingers crossed Azul is not playing a water deck. That would be pretty nice. Other than that, everything else is pretty much the same that you've seen. I've got the Seguro in here, which I think could come up potentially. Yeah, big guy, big healing. Let's go with the Skeleturge. Let's see what happens. Azul, how was it? Did the packs treat you well, your pity packs, the new set?
Nah, it was pretty mid. How are you?
It's all right, it's all right. More potential than what came to fruition, I'll say.
I did end up pivoting, but I had another pivot potential, and I actually think it would have actually been better, and I probably should have gone that route. A couple sets from now is when it could really take fruition, or whatever you want to say. I don't think that's right, but like, this is actually still a new pivot route to take if I want to. I'll take heads.
Oh, it was gonna be tails too. And it's tails. I am gonna go second. Because last time I chose to go second in the last episode, I had the turn 1 Clavel, so this time it's gonna happen again for sure, right?
Hopefully not, I guess I should say. I wish I had gone second. Yeah, it feels like going second is definitely the move. I guess I will start this. Depending on what I top deck, could definitely change things.
Good luck, Azul.
Good luck, bud.
Oh, we got the Mew EX. That's pretty good.
I'll draw for turn, bench Varoom, attach to my Mew EX, and pass over to you.
Okay, I will draw for turn. You have fire energy in your deck. Very interesting. I thought you would pivot to a water deck. I'm gonna play Nest Ball, search my deck for a basic Pokemon, and put it onto my bench.
I don't think I quite have the potential for a water deck yet, but I'm getting close. You still have Charizard. Charizard's not weak to water. You could have the Charizard EX for 151.
I'll use Nest Ball to get Cleffa and put it directly onto my bench with the effect of Nest Ball.
Although I don't think that card is still probably very good, to be honest. It needs so many energy. I guess you could set it up with your Charizard. You do have the Armarouge, which I'm assuming is still probably in there. We see the Oricorio. Well, I guess you could not be playing Fire stuff, but I think it's pretty likely you're still playing Skeleturge Corio combo here.
So I will bench Fuecoco and Charmander.
Surprise, surprise.
I'm gonna attach to Oricorio and retreat into Cleffa, and then I'll use Grasping Draw to draw 4.
All right, I'll draw for turn, play Clavel. It's been a while since I've had a turn 1 Clavel. Got the turn 1 Clavel.
You still didn't.
Turn 1 that I can play it, Clavel. Is that what you want? Is this what you need, Chip? Do you need this?
What a girl wants, what a girl needs.
And I will grab Vulpix, Charmander.
So you read what the Ninetales did from the last set, huh? After I put it in play.
Well, a little more than that, but...
Did you get a Charizard EX? Are we literally having Charizard mirrors now?
From the Clavel, I will grab Pidgey, Vulpix, and Cleffa.
Well, we're gonna really be having to put Jirachi in our deck after this, huh?
Not how Jirachi works, Chip.
Next set. Well, it protects against the Ninetales.
Does it? Are you sure?
No, maybe not. I haven't read it super quite closely. Does it not place damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon?
It does. It's not quite what Jirachi prevents, though. I'll attach return to the Vulpix, retreat my Mew EX into Cleffa, and then use Grasping Draw to draw 3.
It's a pretty good turn.
I'm not complaining.
I will draw for turn. I'm gonna go with Artisan, and I'll use the Artisan, which allows me to search my deck for a basic Pokemon that is not a rule box Pokemon and put it onto my bench. And with Artisan, I will get Varoom.
Sounds good.
I maybe could have put the Artisan in play the last turn. Didn't want to do it and give you a free out to another Pokemon. Doesn't mean
you should have known I had that Clavel, though. Everyone's got that turn 1 Clavel.
I'll go with Pokegear 3.0. Look at the top 7 cards of my deck, reveal a supporter card I find there, and put it into my hand. And I'll take Professor's Research from the Pokegear. And then I will use Professor's Research, discard my hand, draw 7 cards. Discarding Boss, Arven.
That is a lot of good cards there, Chip. Well, mostly the boss. That's a lot of good card.
Drawing 7. A lot of good card. Dude, where are my energy cards? What? I'll bench a Fuecoco, and I'll Grasping Draw 1 card.
Gosh, that is a slow start there, Chip.
No evolutions, no energy. I literally drew a bunch of supporters.
Back at it again. All right, I will draw for turn. And I think I recognize the only threat on your board right now is Charmander with no energy in play. It's probably your only way to accelerate energy into play. I'm gonna go with an Artisan use here. Take that from you, I appreciate it. Chip, thank you for the Artisan there. I'm gonna grab myself a Charmander, put that onto my bench.
Pretty interesting how things have developed here, huh, bud? Varoom, Charmander, Varoom, Charmander, Cleffa.
After that, I will use Rhyme to draw 3 cards and use to switch your active Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon.
I guess I'll bring up Charmander.
It's definitely an interesting choice. That's not what I would have expected you to have brought up there, I'm not gonna lie. Candy out Pidgeot, of course. And then use Quick Search on the Pidgeot.
I'm so cooked, man. I'm so cooked. Holy cow. What am I supposed to do?
Concede. Take any one card and put it into my hand. Now this could have been more funny. I could have had Candy Pidgeot, Candy Charizard. But
But you just benched your Charmander.
I did just mention Charmander. So it's not quite possible. So I'm gonna have to settle for a good old Nine-Tailed Dance KO here.
Got it.
And the question is, what do I actually want to KO here? So I can put 9 damage counters anywhere on your board as I retreat my Cleffa into the Ninetales. Nine-Tailed Dance, 9 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. Can't attack during your next turn. And because you have no energy in play and your only form of energy acceleration is through the Charmander, for a second I was thinking, I'm still kind of thinking, I think you maybe prize your Candy or your Charizard. But just in case you didn't, I'm gonna go knock out your Charmander with my Ninetales.
All right, Charmander goes down, and I'll promote Cleffa. Draw for turn. That's an annoying top deck. Jirachi does stop that, dude.
It only stops from basic Pokemon.
Oh. Got it, yeah.
You better cut this from the thing or they're gonna come after you. Like, he's an official caster.
This isn't making it in the thing, don't worry. How do we proceed? I'll start by going with Super Rod, shuffle 3 in any combination of Pokemon and basic energy cards from my discard pile into my deck, and I'll shuffle back Oricorio, Charmander, and a basic fire. And then I'll use Artisan to bring back out the Charmander.
I'm now seeing a flaw in my deck building for this list. There's definitely a card that I should have included.
Classic Azul.
Would have been pretty good. Get him next time.
Energy switch.
That one wouldn't have been bad either, I guess, but not the one I was thinking about.
And now I will play Bill's Transfer. Look at the top 8 cards of my deck, reveal any number of Pokemon I find there, and put them into my hand. Shuffle the rest into my deck. Off the Bill's Transfer, I'm just gonna take a Skeledirge EX.
It's a pretty good one.
I'll use Rare Candy to Rare Candy my Fuecoco into Skeledirge EX.
Okay.
I'll attach an energy for turn to the Skeledirge, and I'll use Grasping Draw to draw 3 cards. It's your turn.
All right, sounds good. I will draw for turn, attach return to the Ninetales, use Quick Search, grab any card out of my deck. I'll settle for this one. I did prize something.
Pressed 5 things, it looks like.
I will then play Daisy's Help, draw 2 cards, look at my face down prize cards. Let's take a look at what is prized. Now I can't just look at them next time I go to draw a prize card and just cut it out.
I mean, if that's what you need to do in order to win the game.
I'm going to write them down. I'll evolve Charmander into a Charmeleon. He's coming.
There he is.
I will then retreat my Ninetales into Cleffa, play an Ultra Ball, discarding Ditto and a Vulpix.
Why would you play the Ditto?
+1 out to every Pokemon in my deck.
I guess.
I mean, opening Cleffa's pretty good.
Sure.
It's kind of like playing an S-Ball, right? Like if I could play an S-Ball, play Cleffa turn 1.
I don't know if it's quite that good. Because it's just a dead card in your deck if you don't literally start it.
Well, no, I can like call Belfour and then put in the active.
I don't know. I don't think it seems very good.
He's in there. Grab a Revavroom. I'll evolve my Varoom to a Revavroom. And then I'll end my turn using Grasping Draw with the Cleffa to draw 1 card.
Okay, my turn. I will draw for turn. I'm gonna kick it off by using Ultra Ball, discarding a Clavel and a Professor's Research. Search my deck for any Pokemon and put it in my hand. And I will grab Revavroom.
Starting to set up the engine there a little bit.
It's the rumbling engine. I will evolve my Varoom into Revavroom. I'll put a Fire Energy on my Charmander, evolve Fuecoco into Crocodile, and then I'll use Iono. We both shuffle our hands, put them on the bottom of the deck, and then we each draw a card for our remaining number of prizes. So I get 6, you get 5. And then I'm gonna retreat Cleffa into Charmander. And using Charmander, I will go for Heat Tackle for 30 to knock out Cleffa and take 10 damage.
Goodbye, Cleffa.
And I'll take a prize card.
I'm gonna go ahead and send up Mew EX, draw for turn, use the Artisan, search my deck for a basic non-rule box Pokemon, I believe is the exact terminology. Grab myself a Vulpix.
So it's just a Turbo Ninetales deck from this guy, huh?
Next, I will use Quick Search. Search my deck for any one card. I'm going to boss up your Revavroom, retreat to the Ninetales, and then Ninetale Dance, KO your Charmander.
You really hate Charmander, don't you?
I don't like him, not a big fan.
I will draw for turn. I'm gonna bench Charcadet from my hand. I'm gonna attach a Fire Energy for turn to Revavroom. Play a Great Ball. Not the best sequencing here for me, but...
We've seen better.
Off the Great Ball, I'll grab Armor Rouge and put it in my hand.
Oh, I drew the wrong prize card.
Oh, you forgot you knew your prizes?
I forgot I knew them.
Oh, it's too late now, buddy. I'll use Bill's Transfer. Look at the top 8.
A second Bills?
Hey, buddy, I got a lot of Pokemon in my deck, you know. From the Bill's Transfer, I will grab a Crocalor, Fuecoco, and a Moltres.
The whole squad.
And Azul, I will pass.
All right, I'll draw for turn here. Quick search my deck for any one card. Play that card immediately here, as I'm gonna play Jacques to grab myself a Charizard EX in a second.
So you got that from your pity packs, huh?
The Charizard, yes, was found in the pity packs. First pack.
It's pretty good. That's where my Charizard came from too, so.
I'll evolve the Vulpix to the Ninetales, and then I'll evolve the Charmeleon to the Charizard EX, use the Infernal Rain to search my deck for 3 basic Fire Energy cards, and accelerate them to my Pokemon.
I think I just lose.
It's not looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and put 2 of them onto my bench Ninetales, and 1 of them onto the Charizard EX. Retreat my Ninetales, send up my bench Ninetales, and I'll use this Ninetale Dance to KO your Charcadet.
Okay, goodbye Charcadet.
And I'll go ahead and draw this prize card. Yes, it is out of order, but I'll remind you that I did use Daisy's help to check my prize cards.
I'll draw for turn. I kind of want to concede.
The Ninetales Onslaught.
I mean, I just know what's going to happen next turn.
Another one?
What is my play here? I'll use Pokegear 3.0, look at the top 7 cards of my deck, try to find a supporter card to put into my hand. I'll grab Professor's Research and add it to my hand. I'll attach Therapeutic Energy to my Revavroom. I was ready for your Glimora, buddy. And I'll retreat Revavroom into Skeledirge EX. And I'll go with the Vitality Song for... maybe I should just retreat the Cleffa, honestly. And I'm going to retreat my Revavroom into the Cleffa. And then Azul, I will pass with the Cleffa active.
All right, draw for turn. Not a bad one. That actually does a lot for me here. Attach for turn to the Ninetales. Treat my active Ninetales to the bench Ninetales, now with 2 energy. Play a Super Rod to recover, believe it or not, 3 basic energy. Back to the deck. Before I shuffle up, I'm going to use Quick Search, and we'll play this card immediately. Pow Pad to recover Boss's Orders and a Rhyme. Shuffle all that back into my deck.
Yep.
And to end my turn, I will use the Ninetale Dance once more, and I will put 9 damage counters on the Oricorio and take the knockout there.
Yep. So Azul down to just 2 prizes left. I will draw for turn. It's not a bad top deck. I'll attach return to my Skeledirge EX, and I will play Iono. Each player shuffles their hand, puts it on the bottom of their deck. So Azul's only gonna get 2 cards, and I will get 5 here.
Sounds good.
I'll use the Rumbling Engine on Revavroom, discard an energy to draw 2 cards. I'll retreat Cleffa into Skeledirge EX, and I will use the Burning Voice for 270 to knock out the Ninetales.
I'll go ahead and promote my Mew EX. Draw for turn.
Why are you laughing?
My top deck was kind of funny.
Oh no.
Let's go ahead and play a Pokemon Catcher. Heads, I mean, give me the Revavroom.
Yep, I really thought that was getting bossed last turn.
I will attach for turn to my Charizard EX. And then with only 1 card left in hand, I'll use the restart on the Mew EX to draw 2. Mew's getting some action here. I will then play Professor's Research, discarding Rhyme and Rare Candy. Draw 7 cards. Guess I forgot to use this one. Go ahead and use Artisan. Search my deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto my bench. Can't be too careful, so I'm gonna get a backup Charmander here. We'll go ahead and use Quick Search. put any one card from my deck into my hand. Then I will retreat into my Charizard and Burning Darkness to knock out your Revavroom,
Okay.
drawing me 1 prize card.
I'll promote Cleffa and draw for turn. I'll use Great Ball, look at the top 7 cards of my deck, reveal a Pokemon I find there, put it into my hand, and I'll get Skeleturge EX, and then I'm gonna cross my fingers that Azul forgets Cleffa exists, and also doesn't have a fire energy.
I've got a couple of those.
No.
A couple of everything.
I don't know about
I could even just attack with Charizard twice here, and that would be...
What? That's what you think. I'll evolve my Crocodile into Skeleturge, attach return to the Skeleturge, retreat Cleffa, and I'm gonna hit you for 270.
All right, sounds good. I will draw for turn, and I'll Boss's Orders up your Cleffa off the bench and knock it out with Burning Darkness. Get my last prize card in this first game.
All right, it's one of 80 ways you had to win the game there.
There was a couple.
Unfortunate, man. Charizard versus Charizard mirror here, except you've got friggin' Pidgeot.
Yeah, I literally have Pidgeysard.
You have Pidgeysard. I've got Skeleturge.
I decided to go with the Tord route. Don't quite have the 1/1 B-Barrel, but we still have Revavroom in there, so.
You've changed a lot about your deck in every single episode.
Well, not the last one, not too much. Like, we did add one.
Well, I mean, you added the Glamora stuff.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a pretty
yeah.
big change, I'd say.
The Glamours are pretty good, actually, to be honest. Threatens 2-hit KO on everything for 1 energy, and it possibly isn't worth a prize card. I probably will go back to those at some point.
Do you have the other Charizard as well?
That'd be pretty good.
You didn't say no. People hate to lie.
How much damage does it even do? 350?
This 330.
So it doesn't quite KO the Dirge.
Doesn't.
Unless you have a Vitality.
I wonder who has one of those.
He's nervous!
Well, Azul, I'm gonna choose to go second again.
All right.
Game number 2. And I have no basic Pokemon.
Were we drawing mulligans in this? I forget.
We are.
Okay.
Well, we didn't in the first episode whenever I smoked you, but in the second episode, you were like, oh, well, maybe we could draw mulligans.
Should we draw mulligan? All right. Second mulligan coming in from Chip. Chip, I thought you were the more consistent. You have the more consistent deck. 3 research, nest balls.
I have a nest ball. Let's not get carried away.
You have Artisan as well. Don't.
Do have Artisan. Artisan's cool.
That one's pretty good. Although
But then you get
it
to
is
use
very
it.
much
Yeah.
like it's like just straight up a double-edged sword in this format.
That's why I didn't put it in play
Yeah,
turn
yeah.
1 last game.
Man, let's get into it.
Good luck, Azul.
Good luck to you as well, Chip.
And also have fun.
I will draw for turn. I'll attach for turn to my Vulpix, bench a Varoom, and pass.
Draw for turn. I'll put Artisan out, and I will use it.
Giving me the Artisan again there, Chip?
Double-edged sword.
All right, I'll take it. I'm not complaining.
And Artisan will get me Fuecoco. I'm worried I'm just gonna get turn 2 Ninetales.
That is my goal. That is my goal.
That is a problem.
I'm not gonna lie to you, it's pretty likely.
Sitting there with Ultra Ball Fire Energy in his hand.
Close
Pretty
enough.
likely. I will then use Pokegear 3.0, look at the top 7 cards of my deck, reveal a supporter and put it in my hand. What do I even do here? I'm just gonna get cooked by Ninetales. All right. Off Pokegear, I'll grab Arven and put it in my hand. And then if I knew this was gonna be my supporter for turn, I probably wouldn't have used Artisan yet, but my supporter for turn will be the Bills Transfer. Look at the top 8, find any Pokemon and put them in my hand. And that's why supporters like this are not the best. I will grab off Bills Transfer, Armarouge, Cleffa, and Revavroom. Put these in my hand. I'll bench Cleffa, and I will pass.
All right, Chip, I'm gonna draw for turn here. Utilize the Artisan, search my deck for a basic non-rule box Pokemon. Grab a Charmander and put that onto my bench.
You have 3 Charmanders. You definitely have 2 Charizard EX.
Gonna follow that up with a Great Ball.
Yep.
Look at the top 7. Take any Pokemon I find there and put it into my hand.
No Ninetales. All right, no Ninetales.
I will grab a Revavroom, add that to my hand, and then I will go ahead and play Arven. Search my deck for a item card and a tool card. I'm going to grab an Ultra Ball.
Yeah.
That'll be it. Play the Ultra Ball, discarding a Research and a Clavel to search my deck for any Pokemon, which will be the dreaded Ninetales.
There it is.
Evolve my Vulpix to that. I'll then go ahead and attach return to the Ninetales. I'll evolve my Varoom to my Revavroom, use the Rumbling Engine, discard energy from my hand, and draw up to 6 cards in hand. I have 2, so I draw 4.
Yep.
I will then end my turn by using Ninetale Dance to knock out your Fuecoco before it can evolve out of range.
I will draw for turn. I'll use the Artisan, search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it on my bench. I'll grab a Fuecoco, And then as my supporter for turn, I'll use Arven, search my deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, put them in my hand. I will get just an Ultra Ball. I will play Ultra Ball, discarding Revavroom, not putting that guy in play this game, and a Armor Rouge. Wouldn't mind putting that guy in play, but it's not happening yet. And off the Ultra Ball, I will grab Charmander, put it onto my bench.
Things are turning around a little bit.
Yeah, Ninetales would be oppressive if it could attack every turn.
Yeah, it would be insane.
Yeah. Do still have a way you could attack with it, but we'll hope that doesn't happen. I'll attach Fire Energy for turn to my Oricorio to retreat it into the Cleffa, and then I'll use Grasping Draw to draw 3 cards.
All right, sounds good. Draw for turn. Use the Artisan. Search my deck for any basic Pokemon. Put it onto my bench. Non-rule box, of course. And I will grab a Vulpix.
Setting up the combo again.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and play a Great Ball. Go to the top 7, take any Pokemon I find there, and put it into my hand. Fail that. Bench a Charmander out of hand. Play Judge.
God, that is just mean, man.
Both shuffle our hands into our deck and then draw 4 cards.
Yep.
Got my 4.
I've got mine.
Gonna go ahead and evolve my Charmander to a Charmeleon. Attach to my Heat Tackle Charmander. Bench another Charmander, and then Rumbling Engine, discarding a card out of your hand and drawing up to 6 no cards in hand, so I will draw 6 cards from the top of my deck.
Pretty good.
Retreat my Ninetales into the Heat Tackle Charmander, and then Heat Tackle to knock out your Cleffa, and I do 10 damage to my own Charmander.
Yep. I'll promote Charmander, and I'll draw for turn.
Gotta have a Heat Tackle off.
Something like that. I'll use Artisan, search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench. Bench a Fuecoco. Evolve Charmander into Charmeleon. Attach an energy for turn to the Charmeleon, and I'll play Judge. We both shuffle our hands into the deck and draw 4 cards apiece.
Draw my 4.
And I will draw mine. I'll evolve my Fuecoco into Crocalor, and I will Combustion for 20 damage.
Got all the way up to 30 on the Charmander. I'll draw for turn. Start my turn by using Bill's Transfer. The top 8 cards on my deck. Take any Pokemon I find there and put them into my hand. And then I'll take this Ninetales. Evolve my bench of Vulpix to the Ninetales.
Yep.
Rumbling Engine, discarding a basic energy from my hand to draw up until I have 6. I have 3, so I draw 3. And I'll end my turn with a Heat Tackle.
Interesting, okay. I take 30, you take 10. I'll draw to start my turn. Attach an energy for turn to Crocalor. I'll use Artisan, search my deck for a basic Pokemon, put it onto my bench. I guess I don't want to give you that prize. Then I'll shuffle my deck. I'll play Professor's Research, discard my hand, and draw 7 new cards.
Sounds good. Okay, at the very least in this situation, you got the knockout with Combustion.
Yeah, but then I lose my Charmeleon. I'll evolve Fuecoco into Crocalor. Evolve Crocalor into Skeledirge EX. I'm going to use my Ardent Dancing to heal 20 damage from my Charmeleon. And then I will use the Combustion for 20 damage to knock out the Charmander.
All right. I'll promote my Ninetales. Draw for turn.
Yep.
Not exactly what I was looking for. I'll use Artisan, searching my deck for a basic Pokemon, which I will fail.
Or maybe I should have benched the other Oricorio, I guess. I guess it's the same thing, right? Because this is always going to be here as a prize, so I should have just done it. I was hoping I was going to get Charizard, though. If I get Charizard, then I can go 2/2/2, and then you can't take
another odd.
Yeah. That's why I didn't do it. I could have saved the Artisan. I shouldn't have used the Artisan.
I'll bench Pidgey and play Iono.
Okay. Let's shuffle our hands, put them on the bottom. You only get 4, I get 5.
Yep, here we go. So the big 4.
No energy. No energy. No energy. All right.
Got some bad news for you, Chip.
Oh. 4 energy?
3 energy.
Yeah.
I'll play Palpad.
Oh my goodness.
Recover Bill's Transfer and an Iono.
Oh, you got the bill too? I didn't even notice that. When did that guy go down?
Task return to my Ninetales.
Yeah.
Then I'll use Rumbling Engine to discard energy from my hand and draw till I have 6 in my hand, so I will draw 5 cards. And end my turn by using Nine-Tailed Dance to knock out your Charmeleon.
Let's go Skeledirge. I'll draw for turn. At least have that going for us, I guess. So I will attach an energy to my Skeledirge, and I will play the Iono. Think I'm okay with that situation?
Hands go to the bottom of the deck.
I get
the prize cards remaining.
You get 3, I get 5. So do you have any energy acceleration? I don't think so, right?
Well, Charizard.
Oh yeah. Could get Zard smacked. I'm gonna go with Super Rod. Shuffle 3 in a combination of Pokemon and basic energy from my discard pile into my deck. And I will shuffle back a Charmander and 2 basic energies. And then I will use my Artisan to search my deck for Charmander and put it onto my bench. And then I'll go for the Burning Voice for 270 for the knockout and take a prize.
Goodbye, Ninetales. Promote my Charmeleon. Draw for turn.
Yep.
Use a Super Rod.
Yep.
To recover 3 basic fire energy. Shuffle them into my act. I will activate the Artisan. Search my deck for a basic Pokemon and put it onto my bench, non-rule box. Another Vulpix.
Yep.
Supporter for turn will be a Jack. Search my deck for 2 evolution cards.
Yeah.
And I'll grab a Charizard EX, and a Charmeleon.
I was thinking I was gonna see a Pidgeot.
I wish. Evolve my Charmander to the Charizard EX, use the Infernal Rain ability. Search my deck for 3 basic fire energy cards and attach them to my Pokemon any way I like. 2 will go to my active Charizard EX, and 1 will go to my benched Ninetales. Evolve my Charmander to a Charmeleon. Then I will end my turn by using Burning Darkness for 240 damage to your Skeletor GX.
I believe that means my Burning Voice is doing 30 damage.
I don't know if you have enough Aura Couriers to save you this time.
270 damage. It's a lot of little things on my Skeletor. I will draw for turn. I'll play Arven. Search my deck for an item card and a Pokemon tool card, reveal them and put them into my hand. I will get Rare Candy.
Uh-oh.
I will Rare Candy into my Charizard EX. Use its Infernal Rain ability, search my deck for 3 fire energy and put them on my Pokemon however I like.
I was thinking about preventing that, but I figured it wouldn't be that crucial. Maybe I made a mistake here though. I could have Ninetales after your Charmander.
Energy here, and then 2 energies here. I'll use an Ultra Ball, discard a fire energy and a Great Ball, search my deck for a Pokemon, put it in my hand, and I'll get the Skeletor GX and evolve my Crocalor into the Skeledirge. Then I'm also going to use Artisan here to go grab Oricorio from my deck.
The heals are in.
Here we go. I don't think it's going to really make that big of a difference, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Before I retreat, I will make sure to use my Ardent Dancing to heal 20 damage from my active evolution Pokemon for each of them, so heal 40. Then I will retreat the hefty 3 retreat cost Skeledirge EX.
Hate to see it.
Into my golden Skeletor GX with the shiny fire energy.
Love to see it.
I'll also attach for turn to my Charizard EX.
0 cards in hand, Chip.
What? You're not supposed to pay attention to that. And I'll use my Burning Voice for 270 damage.
That's a decent amount of damage there. This actually got into an interesting scenario here. So I got 60 HP left. The heals are online. Start my turn by drawing. Play Youngster. Shuffle my hand into my deck. Draw until I have 5 cards in my hand.
It's gonna be an interesting one.
So I have 60 HP left. Draw 5 off my Youngster. I've got some options here. Pokemon Catcher. Let's see what this can do.
Oh, it was so gonna be Tails. It was so gonna be Tails.
And it is a heads that is pretty good here. Bring up your Skeletor GX into the active.
Dude, you don't even know how lucky you are. You don't even know.
Now this actually is an interesting scenario because if I knock you out, this does mean you'll be able to return knock me out. And I'm not quite able to get the return knockout in this situation. I am likely. And with that in mind, I'll go ahead and knock out your Skeletor GX, get myself 2 prize cards.
I'm gonna promote my Skeletor GX and I will draw for turn. I don't know. I can't complain about that. I will play Professor's Research, discard my hand, draw 7 cards.
Okay.
I guess it didn't end up mattering. Then I just gotta cross my fingers, I guess. That's all we can do. I will use Burning Voice to take the knockout. 2 prize cards, add them to my hand. Let's see what you got, buddy.
And yeah, I did have pretty good odds here. I did finally find my Pidgeot EX. That was prize. Candy into the Pidgeot. The quick search comes out. And I'll get that last fire energy I need for the Ninetale Dance KO on your benched Oricorio.
Goodbye, Oricorio. GG Azul. Oh, man. Annoyingly close one. I had this thing in my prizes. It didn't end up mattering. But it would have been, I would have moved my Skeledirge without having to retreat all the energies.
Yeah.
But it didn't end up mattering because you just knocked it out anyway.
Yeah, that one was almost a comeback though.
It was close. Closer than the first game for sure.
The dirges are just so big.
They are big. I probably could have done something a little different in the building.
Yeah, I don't know if the Armor Rouge is like worth playing.
Yeah, I just don't have energy acceleration. I almost played energy sticker.
Me too.
Really?
Yeah. I should have played a Switch is what I should have played.
Yeah,
So
I
Ninetales.
expected you to play a Switch.
I thought I played one. I was like, I should have played two. But I played zero.
Quick search didn't, there was none in there.
Yeah. I was like, oh, it's prize. Then I played Daisy. I was like, oh, I didn't play it.
Well, GG Azul, you get the 2-0 victory. I will say, I don't hate that though, because I pulled the other Charizard EX from 151, and I pulled like 3 Charmeleon, but 0 Charmander.
So you only have one Charmander?
I only have 1 Charmander in my
That's
entire
probably for
card
the best,
pool.
to be honest. That's probably for the best.
Well, I'm gonna get 6 packs to have another shot at a Charmander here from 151. So honestly,
This is where I gotta switch it up.
so wait, did you not have any other Char? You just had like, you played like a 3-3-1 Charizard line?
Yeah, or 3-2-1. But I have quick search and candy,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
can chain them with Super
And
Rod.
you have double Super Rod?
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes a lot of sense.
So with that, I was like, that should be enough to chain if I need it. But the Ninetales are so good.
Pidgeot is so good.
Yeah.
Skeledirge only does 270. I only have 1 boss.
Well, you have to kill with the Zard. That's your only out.
Well, I could play Defiance Band in my deck next time.
True.
I don't know if
Fall
the
behind.
Skeledirge is going to make the cut next time. GG Azul, and yeah, we'll see what happens in the next one.
We'll see.